coming in. Put up in the drop top, she drop. I put up in the drop top, she drop. My diamonds dancing.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the home team. Taking a look at this home squad, they have to be pleased with the way things have gone for them this season, winning 3 of their first 4 games. They've been a confident-looking team since the end of the preseason. Tonight, we'll get to see James Harden. We know how he can dominate and how he can be on offense. And Kenny, a lot of that has to do with his ability to get to the free throw line.
I agree. He keeps defenders off balance.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We have an interconference showdown here in Boston, where the Celtics will square off. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years, and he's gotten the surgery now, and he says, some people get their success early, some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. You know, when you're watching top-flight teams see Webb like these face off, you can feel the buzz in the building. I know you're a guy that loves the emotion and the passion, and you personally feed off that so well.
Oh, yeah, and the fans feel it, players feel it, commentators feel it.
Oh, yeah.
If you love the game, this is one you want to be a part of.
Buckle in. And here is Irving. Now the starting group for the visitors. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Tatum, and it's Durant, and it's Davis at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here is Irving. Over Curry. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the... And it's Simmons penetrating. And he's off on his first shot of the game. Here's Durant. And Simmons with the shot from free throw range. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That's a good decision. Rise and fire. Cousins is a elite shooter.
Harden kicks to Davis. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And Durant, here we go. 6 on the shot clock. Simmons with the defensive effort. Outside Westbrook. The pass to Curry. Back to Westbrook. They set the pick. James. Terrific design on the pick foot. And he lays it in.
There's almost no stopping LeBron if he's get inside. Too strong, too skilled.
Simmons against Durant. Irving from long range. Cousins pulls it in.
Not getting anything to fall here early. 4 straight misses to start the game.
And the dunk by James.
Crazy connection right there. James knowing when to fly towards the rim. Amazing at completing these alley-oops.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. A nice shot by Tatum.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the field goal attempts they've had.
Gone throughout the game. Irving against Curry. Screen by Cousins. side. Off the screen, and James throws it down.
And James shows no mercy on his drives to the rim. Vicious and penetrating inside.
Gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Irving passes to Davis. Shoots over Cousins, and that one's good by Davis.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Oh, come on. He's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Wasted no time on that one. Tatum 5.
It's amazing. Scouts were worried that Tatum would be a streaky spot-up shooter, but you see the perfect form.
And Simmons kicks to Cousins. Outside Westbrook. It's rebounded by Durant.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Yeah, Kevin, you can't afford to leave someone open around Curry. He's great at keeping his head on a swivel.
Gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Harden the pass to Davis. It's Durant on the wing. Outside Tatum. Passes it to Harden. Loads it up for Davis. They get a hand on it, and so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
Let's take a look at numbers for James Harden. Coming off a terrific season. How about 30 points per game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds? With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
Now here's LeBron. An 11-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Here's LeBron. Hands it from downtown. 9 points in the game so far.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the back.
Harden kicks to Davis. There's the pick. Davis sets a screen. Pass to Harden. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. And it's Simmons penetrating. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Irving. Harden against Westbrook. Outside Irving. It's stolen by Curry. He feeds it to James, and stolen by Tatum. Davis setting the pick for Tatum. It's Durant on the wing. Clock at 6. From 13, misses off the left iron. Gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Simmons passes to James, and stolen by Tatum. Irving up top, guarded by Kerr. Knocks it loose, and stolen by Cousins. He dishes it to Kerr. LeBron against Tatum. Cousins with a screen on Irving. Curry. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
You almost can't worry about the roller the way you worry about Steph.
NBA offenses have always been complex, and they always are evolving, but C-Web, the movement and precision now seems to be at another level. Would you agree?
You know what, Kev, I disagree a little bit with that. You know, having played in different teams with some complex offenses, it's still all the basics. You still have the old flex offense, and that's nothing but what Utah, Karl Malone, and John Stockton used some 20 years ago. you still have triangle principles, which is what Jordan and Pippen used some 20, 25 years ago. And if you really want to go back to the Bob Cousy days when you're still throwing it into the post and cutting off of it. I think the players have evolved and the players' skill sets are better. But as far as offensive sets, I don't see that much has changed, except how do you execute them, and can you execute them with having the right position players with the correct skill set on the floor at the time that you call them to play.
I love your honest appraisal. Now, Wall. Paul George missing range.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Mitchell against Wall. Trying to get open as Carter. Wall, good. Wall's got his first points in this one.
Oh, that's just big boy strength from Wall. He can out-muscle you on these contact finishes.
And Oladipo kicks to Porzingis. Back to Oladipo. Screened by Porzingis. And Victor Oladipo hits from deep. Oladipo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Antetokounmpo dishes the Wall. Knocked loose. Stolen by George. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul. "20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Here's Antetokounmpo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 4 on the clock. With the shot.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The home team up by 11. And now you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you what, with tempo, there's a good chance you're going to fall behind.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. They've got Young, Carter out there with Anthony, and then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Wall in at the 2 spot. No good on the 3. Descent struggling to get good looks.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupation.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Puts it up from 15, and he nails the jumper. Antetokounmpo's got his first basket of the night. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Mitchell outside. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Three-pointer. Carter pulls it in.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
Knocked away. Anthony, the pass to Young. And the three ball is good.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
Oladipo with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Mitchell wide open, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Mitchell's got his third bucket of the night.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Carter sets the pick for Antetokounmpo. Goes up off the pick, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick. And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
To Porzingis. Outside, George from outside the arc. From outside.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going after him.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Leonard. Sexton with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Leonard attacking over George. The 9-footer's on the mark. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Porzingis with the ball. He had 10 points in the win against Memphis.
Don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
There's the screen. Back to Booker. Bamba setting the pick for Booker. Over Carter. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Booker's got his second bucket.
And he can smell blood in the water.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Leonard, the pass to Wall. George with no one around. Good. A nice assist from Booker. And that's now 6 points for Paul George. Gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field.
And if you look at the numbers for Devin Booker last season, I mean, he upped his assists and rebounding, his scoring and shooting percentages. He has continued to impress with his development. Here to see the numbers for Davis. Great showing for him last season. Last season, put up about 28 points per, 11 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Irving kicks to Harden. Davis sets a screen. And James Harden, good for 3. Harden's. Greg, if you know anything about Devin Booker, so dedicated to his craft. What's next for him, you think, in taking his game to the next level?
No doubt. I think it starts at the defensive end. I mean, he's one of the league's best at scoring the basketball, but defensively, I think that's going to be the challenge if he wants to become truly an elite player.
Westbrook, no good. Gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three-ball here. Durant, there we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Great touch around the basket. I mean, the feel Durant has, it's just amazing.
Outside Westbrook. They set the pick. Screen by Cousins. James in the post. Defended by Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Simmons, he's checked in for Paul George. Gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Curry against Irving. He kicks to Tatum. Davis sets a screen. Tatum dishes to Irving. Davis with a screen on Curry. Irving against Curry. Curry with the defensive effort. Gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. No good from Simmons.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
And Durant sends it back.
But Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
.55 seconds left in the first half of the game. Gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter. Well above the 50% mark from the field. And it's LeBron's rebound.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Curry passes it to James. Outside for Simmons. Here's Cousins. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. A sweet 57% clip in quarter number 2. In the corner, Irving with it. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Davis inside. Cousins is there. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
Falls for Anthony Davis. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Curry. Kicks to LeBron. Over Tatum. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Curry. LeBron's got 11 points.
As good as LeBron is at moving the ball, he's not going to pass up the jump shot if it's there for him.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The home team by 8. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 11 points and 2 rebounds. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling the paint. Shaquille.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
The second half just about to get going here. It's been a clinic out there by James.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
C-Web, there are guys that bring it every night. It doesn't depend on a game or a teammate or play or whatever. Every night they bring it out. Great consistency. I know you have a lot of players that you admire in that regard.
Definitely, I admire their pride, their heart, their attention to detail, passion for the game. The Kawhi Leonards, the Chris Pauls, LeBron James, of course. Brad, so many players put their heart on the line every night. You love seeing it.
Simmons is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Curry. And it's James in at the 3 slot. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
What confidence from Harden. He's a lethal three-point shooter. He knows he has the green light.
Westbrook with it. And it's Harden picking him up to the middle. It's tipped. LeBron grabs the miss.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Well, think back to when Ben Simmons was first drafted as the top pick in 2016. Everyone knew he could be a playmaker as a small forward, but really, he functions fully point guard when he's out on the floor.
That free throw missing. And Chris Simmons, a player that almost trends traditional basketball positions.
He's a playmaker. He has the height and vision and skill to line up anywhere. Simmons, he could be viewed as a generational talent when it's all said and done.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, it's clear Simmons is a unique player. I mean, 6'10", a guard, can pass the ball, move the ball, great vision. It's a no-brainer that he's been compared to Magic Johnson and LeBron.
Davis kicks to Tatum. It's Durant on the wing. Tatum. Here's Durant. The pick gave him all the room he down. Durant's got his second bucket of the 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Curry passes it to LeBron. Free throw line jump shot. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his third rebound on the night. Lobbed up there for Durant. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, we all saw that coming when KD started. Beautiful alley-oop finish from Durant.
And that chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Screen by Cousins. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Over Davis. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his first basket of the night.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Davis kicks to Tatum. From downtown, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Tatum. 9 points for Kevin Durant.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
for DeMarcus Cousins.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Durant. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 26 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Curry kicks to Porzingis. James outside. Inside. The kick out to Westbrook. No good with the triple. Gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Durant, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. And that's 11 points for Kevin Durant. Gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And the pass to Curry. There's a screen. Screen by Simmons. Back to Curry. It's good from long range. Curry's got 5.
I tell you, how do you defend Curry on the catch and shoot? It's hard because he can hurt you from so many spots on the floor. Yeah, Coach Steve Kerr may seem to have a laid-back demeanor, but knowing him personally, I tell you what, he's fiery. He's intense and he wants to win. When tempers flare, don't be surprised to see him smashing clipboards and let loose on the sideline.
If anybody came in here expecting an off night from KD, think again. A spectacular game for one of the NBA's greats.
Gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to James. Over onto Kumbo. A nice shot by LeBron. He's got 15.
He's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Lobbed up there for Durant. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
And let's check out stats for James. Last season, he played outstanding. 2nd in assists, 3rd in scoring, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And back to him finishing runner-up in assists, his court vision, his ability to control the pace of a game makes him especially impossible to defend. Durant, the pass to Wall. Back to Durant. Over in the corner, onto Kumbo. Davis sets a screen. From the line, onto Kumbo, no good. Gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. Those are chances almost always you can rely on points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Kumbo kicks to Davis from deep Harden. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second bump. And let's take this opportunity to show you the shooting guards with the highest percentage from the floor over the last month. James Harden is 2nd.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
Yeah, Greg, and with their range, they stretch out opposing defenses. So even when they're not shooting threes well, they're still making an impact.
You look at James, what a contribution.
He's been a force inside. If they don't commit more bodies down low, he's going to keep destroying them in the paint.
Gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Outside Anthony. Carter, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Carter kicks to Harden. Porzingis rebound. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
And it's Wall in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And you got to push Wall out of the paint. I mean, he's got the explosiveness to wreak havoc in there.
Chris, at times, what Wall gives you is unparalleled production at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and the numbers don't lie. Not too long ago, he was the first player to ever have at least 1,800 points, 800 dimes, 150 steals, and 50 blocks in a season. I mean, that's...
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. They set the pick. Nice D from Porzingis. Gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Down low. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And now here comes Wall, leading the break. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Porzingis with the steal. To the Miss Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Excellent court awareness. James has always had terrific instincts as a playmaker.
Wall passes to Anthony. Carter at the elbow. Tonight, Wall and Oladipo pulls it down.
Just not much success for shooting.
Outside, Porzingis to the middle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that. Points at the line.
Well, the big story in the offseason was LeBron's free agent. You knew that there would be a ton of rumors flying around where he might end up. Honestly, I'm sure he's glad it's over with and can once again focus on the court.
And he makes the first.
All those people waiting for LeBron to start showing his age, you might not want to hold your breath. This man's got a lot of time left in this league.
Marcus Cousins, he's checked in for Porzingis. And James drills them both.
And the leadership James brings to this is incredibly valuable. When things get tight, they look to the king to provide.
Tatum kicks to Carter. Pass to Irving. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot here. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first.
Former #1 overall pick. Tremendous success early in his career. Irving continues to find ways to improve.
And so Irving nails both of them.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count him.
Gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Irving against Oladipo. He kicks it to Cousins. 2 on the clock. Off target. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The home team, they're up by 10. And we'll be back with you right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Tatum out there with Anthony. Then there's Carter. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. Oladipo grabs the miss.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Cousins against Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Big boy strength right there, Kevin. Big boy move from Cousins right there. He feasts off of contact when he's coming up with a shot.
And Simmons, he's checked in for 8.
And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recover. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab and make sure that he can get back to doing what he does best.
Against Harden. From deep 3-point range, Tatum's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Cousins, no good. And with Cousins and that injury, never an easy one to come back from.
Yeah, it's true. But fortunately, Cousins has the kind of skill set that he's going to be effective no matter when he's on the floor. And great outside shot, the footwork, very smooth in terms of ball handling for that position. And most of the players who aren't the same after an Achilles tear don't have the same skill set he possesses. That's why I think he'll be fine once he recovers from this injury.
Davis is checked in for Carter. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
And Cousins is a big body who knows just how to back down the deep. When he has the room to throw it down, he does not hesitate for 1 second.
Davis setting the pick for Irving. The 3-pointer, no good.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
And Simmons kicks to George. Screen by Simmons. Cousins inside. He's guarded by Davis. That one falls.
He's been a different player since halftime. Coming on strong now.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Irving up top. Guarded by Simmons. Stolen by George. We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's deflected. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Anthony. And he's one hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
This is what a leader does. Irving, good at sharing the wealth and getting his teammates going.
George passes to Oladipo. Simmons, a screen on Irving. Screen by Simmons. George against Tatum. 5 to shoot. George against Tatum. Great D that time from Tatum. The wide open look here for Anthony. Off target from gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And that one is good.
You see how comfortable Simmons is. I mean, he has the size and touch to be effective down here.
Gone 0 of 3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Davis with a screen on Mitchell. Harden against Mitchell. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. There. Feeds to George. That's tipped.
The long arm of the law. Tatum prohibiting that shot from ever having a chance.
And stolen by Simmons. From 15 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. Durant kicks to Tatum. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had looking only for his own shot, but he's more about team.
The pass to James. Outside for Simmons. Cousins with a sprint. 5 to shoot. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Irving. Davis with a screen on Curry. Passes to Tatum. Off the mark there with the 3-point.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Back to Westbrook. Screen by Cousins. Simmons, a screen on Hart. Near the 3-point line, it's Westbrook. That one a little long.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Outside Irving. In the corner. Tatum with it. Davis setting the pick for Tatum over Cousins. Tatum's shot is off. Gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Cousins dishes to Westbrook. For James. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Defensively, I know we say it every game. You have to try to make someone other than LeBron beat you. Easier said than done.
Pro basketball is one of the few sports where awards are league-wide, C-Web, and not divided by conference. I wonder if the NBA should consider giving out separate awards, you know, for the East and the West.
You know, Kev, I don't know about Eastern and Western Conference, but I do believe that there should be an offensive MVP. I do believe there should be an MVP and maybe the best player in the league, because how do we define some of these things? So I do think we can tinker with some of the awards, but East and West, I'm not really sure with. I think it should always be about the best out of the top teams and conferences.
Good perspective. .151 left in the fourth quarter. And the rejection by LeBron.
Oh, you got to be cautious around James. He's always on the hunt to swat away shots. Defense in your rear view may be close here.
Solis on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Talk about a coach who gets the most out of his guys and what he has to win. Not Stevens. I mean, he's done it for years. First in college, now on the greatest level.
And talking about Stevens, many people were shocked when he received 0 votes from his peers for Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, I think people just got used to his style. And it's not just the great scheme that he has. He does a fantastic, subtle job of motivating players and keeping everyone focused.
Both free throws good from Booker. Here's Sexton. Kicks it to Leonard. We've got 1:28 left here in the fourth quarter. The dish to Carmelo. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Bamba. Anthony's shot is off. Gone 7 of 4 in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Curry passes to James. Ball's knocked loose. To the paint. Here's Bamba. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Booker Booker against Young. Tries to snap the cold streak. That shot missing. Good D by Booker. Curry. James against Leonard. James kicks to Booker. Bamba setting the pick for Booker. Over Young. A nice shot by Booker.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding on the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Sexton the pass to Davis. Here's Anthony, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
And up for James. That one doesn't they get the victory here at home. They were going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, and what do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin saying thanks for watching. So long and good night.